The belongings of a crew long gone remain trapped in rust.
Not all of the crew made it out. Beneath the cold North Atlantic, a giant from World War II waits in silence.
The battleship Bismarck lies broken, claimed by the ocean since 1941.
Even its name still clings to the steel, etched in rust and time.
These guns once ruled the sea. Now they shelter only drifting life. A torn wound in the hull opens a path into the ship's silent heart.
A sailor remains at his post, frozen in the moment of loss.
A name, nearly erased, still whispers from the deep.
Even now, the deep guards its secrets with sudden shadows.
Symbols of power fade, but they never fully disappear.
The ocean has claimed the Bismarck, but its story still rests in the depths. From the outside, the battleship still feels like a sleeping giant. The upper decks have fallen, crushed by decades of pressure and time.
These defenses never fired another shot.
Some crew members never found a way out.
The deep still moves through these halls. The tools of navigation now point nowhere. Every passage leads deeper into the ship's final moments.
Even its markings remain, stamped into history and steel.
The steel skin of the ship still bears the scars of battle. This wound tells the story of the Bismarck's final fight.
Everyday life was left behind in an instant. A simple object, frozen in the last day of service. Paths once crowded, now lead only into darkness. Even the wreck has become part of the deep's territory.
The ship's last signals were sent from here.
The ceiling has fallen, but the memory remains. Another crewman, still waiting in silence. The deeper we go, the quieter the ship becomes.
The upper levels rise like a ruined skyline beneath the sea.
This was once the ship's center of command. Decisions that shaped history were made here.
Even rank and title have sunk into the dust.
The ocean watches through every opening.
A silent guardian drifts by.
Words of duty remain etched in steel.
This is where the crew once rested between battles. Personal traces remain, long after their owners are gone.
The ship's story stretches on, deeper into the dark.
The battleship's skin peels away, layer by layer.
Even the paths upward have crumbled.
The heart of the ship lies cold and silent. Commands once flowed from these panels. The deep claims every corner of the wreck.
Power once surged through this steel.
Airways now breathe only water. The tools of repair lie beyond use.
The deeper we go, the heavier the silence becomes. The ship's rear tells its own story of destruction.
These blades once drove the battleship across the Atlantic.
Even the ship's numbers refuse to disappear.
Supplies meant for a long journey ended here. Personal gear remains, untouched for decades.
The deep still moves through the wreck.
Another path into the ship's final chapter.
These controls were turned for the last time.
The stern holds the weight of the ship's last moments.
The stern fades into the cold darkness of the seabed. The edge of the wreck falls away into the deep.
The ship's remains are spread across the ocean floor.
The deep sends another silent visitor. Storage spaces now hold only water and time.
This alarm will never ring again.
The ship continues to give way, piece by piece.
The Bismarck silence stretches endlessly through the deep.
Cracks in the steel revealed how the ocean broke the ship apart.
Light barely reaches this far down.
Directions still cling to the walls.
Something still moves in the darkness.
Every crewman had a place, now long forgotten.
This room once carried the ship's final messages.
The last voices still seem to echo.
The path narrows deeper into the wreck. The ocean keeps the Bismarck's final secrets.
The bow still points forward. even in defeat.
The machinery that held the ship in place has itself come undone.
Even at the front of the ship, traces of daily life remain. Even at the front of the ship, traces of daily life remain.
A sudden shadow passes through the silence. Every doorway once had a purpose.
The ship narrows toward its final edge.
This was meant to save lives.
Nothing was spared from the sea. The front of the ship holds its own silent witness. The Bismarck's story ends where it began, at the edge of the sea. The starboard side tells of battles fought and lost. Entrances once used by sailors now lead only to darkness. Meals prepared here were never eaten again.
Even the simplest tools bear the weight of time.
Every passage is warped by decades underwater. Even now, life flows through the ruins.
Each opening hides another chapter of the wreck.
The crew's final moments remain frozen in time.
The Bismarck rests eternally, a giant claimed by the sea.